Hi guys and welcome to our new video. We're trying so hard to record this one. This is our third try.
Yes, the bike in question is Zontes F703, three-cylinder bike. Very interesting one, and we're gonna talk on all of the points that we recognized during our test.
Hint, we like the price.
Of course, and we like a lot of things about this bike. But let's start. Without further ado, Tanya, sit on this bike, man. Oh!
No.
Oh. This thing was a change. Ta-da! Ta-da! Okay, guys, so the ergonomy. The ergonomy of this bike, as you can see, very spacious, very comfortable. I have a feeling like I sat on the truck. Tanya, what about you?
Yes.
What? Yes, man. Okay, so
This is the same feeling, like very spacious, very big.
The knees are not bent too much. The handlebar is right where it's supposed to be for this kind of adventure type of bike. You're very upright, and also the seat is very comfortable. So the seat to the pegs ratio is really nice on this bike.
I always come very near to Stefan, so it's always the same space between us on any bike. But as you can see, like two hands can fit here, so very big bike.
I can put another girl behind. Nothing happened to me. I'm still alive. Okay, comfort wise, this seat honestly for the ride we did was pretty much enough. What was it, like almost 2 hours I rode? I really felt comfortable. Like, unlike on many bikes, the Japanese ones, you start feeling something. Over here I didn't feel anything. So I believe this seat for some people who have bigger bumps can really be perfect. Probably they don't even need to change it. For my skinny bum, I don't know, like if I own this bike, but overall very nice. Tanya?
I don't have a skinny bum, so it's nice for me.
All right. Now, very interesting thing with this bike, vibrations. You don't feel anything. Of course, engine is working, so you will notice something, but it's a very refined, very nice triple-cylinder engine. There's also videos of some people putting the coin vertically and it's not even falling. So I like it. Like in any kind of revs, this bike feels very smooth and refined. Tanya?
No vibrations, very smooth and nice. Only when you drove like 90 in the third gear, then I felt some vibrations. But that's because of Stefan, not because of the bike.
Okay, interesting. Gears and shifting. Now, this thing with this bike is something that I think you need to get used to it because it's not refined to some high level, you would say. So when you go in some gears, you will notice some slight jerkiness, like when you shift up, down, especially dependable on the modes. For example, in sport mode, it will feel more jerky. In eco mode, it will feel more refined. But what I noticed, which I didn't believe, like when I first tried the bike, I felt like this is gonna be bothersome, but actually you get used to it. So like your arm, or like your hand starts working with a flow and you get adjusted to it. So even when I went in sporty curves, I felt comfortable with it, switching gears also in very sporty ride, and also in sport mode, to be honest. So it was really okay. Tatiana?
I was suspicious because it's a big bike and I'm sitting a bit, up compared to Stefan, but I follow him very nicely in the curves and I think it would work for us. For example, if we have this bike, I think we would be a very happy biker couple.
Definitely. On to the acceleration. Well, kinda reminds me of Transalp. It has nice pull down low, but I feel like this is even more stretching from mid RPMs to the high RPMs. And if you put it in sport mode, contrary to the eco mode, you will notice slightly more acceleration. It's noticeable. So I would say, like for most cases, you don't need more than this. 90-something horsepower is very enough.
It was at this moment he knew.
Oh my God.
This is not our baby.
This is not our baby.
No, this is not. I know my baby cry. This is not our baby.
So when you stretch it like in higher revs, it will really go, and what's really nice with it is the sound that goes with it, but that's gonna be a little bit later. Tanya, acceleration, did it blow your head off or no?
Well, I need to hold, but this thing concerning the pillion, it's like same on every bike. Only MT10 was like you know, different.
Yeah, it was very crazy, definitely.
That one you should feel it, but everything else with the acceleration here is just usual for the pillion.
Very surprising for this bike is the agility, because even though it looks big like a truck, it handles really, really like something you would not believe out of this size of the bike. The center of gravity is very low, and even though it's looking long and wide, it is very agile, and it listens to all of the inputs. The handlebar is wide, so all of the inputs on counterbalance will just flow like you're riding something much, much smaller. And because the seat height is not tall, it's very accessible as well. Diana?
Top notch.
Okay. The brakes on this bike, really sufficient. I did not feel any kind of difference to some other bikes that I tried. And they do the job. Like, of course, if you're not riding like a maniac, they will do their job really, really on a good level. So I do not feel anything that's feeling out of place. The mirrors on this bike are really good, because in a typical adventure style bike, you can see very much what's happening around and behind you. And it's not like on some Japanese bike, Yamaha, I'm looking at you, that your shoulders are covering big portion of the mirrors. Over here, you see a lot, like I tend to compare it to my Transalp. But then you cannot say anything about this.
No, but I just realized I forgot to check the micromanage part. I forgot to see if I can,
If you
you know, see clearly.
see what's happening around.
Yes, but okay.
Tell me what you think about the looks of this bike.
I like it. Looks very nice. It looks like similar to Transalp, and I like Transalp, so that tells everything.
Yeah, it looks even more probably futuristic, more angular.
I'm overall, you know, like positively surprised with this bike. I expected way less.
Yeah, and also not only the looks but the finishing of this bike, you will not see any kind of difference between this and any bike from Japanese that is built up to 12,000, like let's say euros. Cruising and low speed smoothness, it's actually very fine. So even though, like I said, there is some kind of inconsistency in the throttle, like if you go slowly, you will barely notice anything. Like, of course, you need to focus a little bit how you shift the gears, but basically now I rode like 30, 40 kilometers per hour in the city, and it was really, really nice.
I can definitely imagine myself cruising on this one. You know, imagine the top case here, and then you just go, oh.
Wait a second, man. Like, why are you saying like this? Because this also has high, tall seat like the Tracer 9 that you always hated.
It's just how it is. I have no idea. This works for me. Tracer doesn't. But
Yeah.
it's nice.
Now, this is really confusing me, but okay, at the end, okay. Night Ride. This bike comes equipped with Osram lights, and it's very good in the night. Out of all of the bikes that are selling nowadays, this is the best in class, definitely. It provides lots of light, and I think it's also hitting the bikes that are much higher priced, like premium Japanese bikes, because the lights really give you lots of vision in the night, and also you have auxiliary lights that provide great vision and many options, like the blinking option, full beam option, and the yellow light option.
But off topic. Now you inspired me. I don't know why, but when I sit on Tracer, I feel like I'm very, you know, not grounded on the bike.
Disattached.
Yes, I feel like I'm gonna fall off. And when you sit on this bike, you feel very stable. Like, you know, you can cruise all along on this bike. You wouldn't feel like in danger to fall down or whatever. Especially with the top case, it's just like, you know, enjoyment.
All right. When you showed like this, I thought about suspension. And suspension on this bike, again, feels like it's hitting much higher than its price. I feel like it can be compared to some more of like a premium feel of the bike. So it feels very composed over the obstacles. You feel, of course, the bumps, which you should feel when the suspension is properly tuned for both sporty riding and comfort. And this feels like they hit the mark between sport riding for the twisties and feeling of the front tire and everything, and also the comfort over some bumps.
Yes, and you should trust us when we comment on suspension, because we're driving in Serbia. We have awful roads here.
Very awful roads. What do you think about the price for this bike? You said already you love
Very
it.
nice, very nice. Yes, I don't have this money in my pocket, but you know, it's cheap.
Okay, yeah. Definitely. Also, I think this is the best that you can get for your 8,000 euros. Of course, it's all about the opinions, all about the preferences. Somebody likes somebody that's like naked bike or maybe sport bike. This is great bike for like everyday things, and for the price, it's giving a lot. And also for its warranty, I think it's 4 years. So, like with a warranty of 4 years, this bike is really 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, that's actually a great deal.
It is. The TFT, I like it. It's very visible. It provides lots of information, and you have different types of options of how the TFT looks, and it's also very clear. So overall, what do you say, Tatiana?
No comment. I forgot to micromanage.
You forgot even the TFT, man.
Yes, I
Okay.
didn't look, you know, while you were driving. I
That's
just enjoyed. Guys, this is a good pillion bike.
okay. That's most important. Like if you enjoy the ride and you don't look too much about the details, TFT, that's the best thing you can say about the bike, I believe.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
The service intervals, typical like also for the Japanese bikes, is around 5,000 kilometers. I think you can stretch it even to 6,000. So it's what you expect from the bikes nowadays. Of course, somebody's like promising like 10,000, 15,000, but it's rarely what is actually achieved when you actually buy the bike. So here is standard. For this bike, like I would say as a conclusion, that it's a really great bike if you can manage going on top of 2 things. Like one negative gripe, which is the biggest negative thing about this bike, when it heats up. So when you ride it for some time and you go in the city below 60 kilometers per hour, it's generating heat in this area where is the engine. And if you're somebody who is sweating a lot, who doesn't like to have so much heat on himself, then that can be really a deal breaker.
But okay, this is for the, you know, customers that have like a hot weather. You know, if you come from some colder part of the world, this heating problem will not concern you. Only if you have a hot weather
It will
climate.
hit your bones, so it's even better for you, man.
It'll be a positive thing.
Yeah, so like for me personally, because I ride with my gear unless I'm going here on my parking lot, this is not bothering too much because I also have these protecting things here, layers for the thermals. On the other side, this is like the number one. The number two is this throttle, a little bit inconsistent, which, like I said, when I was riding sporty, didn't bother me. It's probably bothering when you ride up to 70-80 kilometers per hour in the corners, so slower corners, slower paced ones, you will notice this jerkiness a little bit. But like this, overall, if you go over these things, third thing would be to keep in mind the consumption, because this is 3-cylinder bikes. It has its weight, even though it carries it very low, so it will consume more. It will go probably 5 liters and up. That's minimum I'm talking. Like it will easily probably reach 6 liters per 100 kilometers. So if you can go over these things for 8,000 euros, I cannot really recall anything that will give you this kind of ride feel, this kind of quality suspension, the engine, the sound. The sound is really intoxicating, really fun.
Yes, very good bike.
And weather protection with all these electronics, also electronically adjustable windshield. So Tanya, tell me your side of your
I'm very
conclusion.
happy pillion right now. I would totally recommend this bike. Also, you know, like off topic for this bike, but on topic for Zontes, we also tried one scooter today. I was amazed. I was blown off.
We are kind of
Never would have said.
we are kind of fans of Zontes. We might even buy this scooter one day for you, right?
No.
Hmm.
I don't know what's left and right. So this is not an option, but you know, it's a good
I
scooter.
got so much confused in this review, man. Okay. Thank you for everything, guys. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.
Yeah, comment, subscribe, and you know, like stay with us
Yeah.
and see you in the next one.
Always forget to say about this one. Bye bye.
Bye bye.